How's it going, everyone? Famine 52. I'm talking. Famine 52 is back again, and today we're hunting a Dawn Shard in Wraithwall's tomb. Let's get going. Alright, welcome back, everyone. In the last episode, we raided the Lushu mines, raided a skyship Leviathan, got our full party, and are about to make our way to Wraithwall's tomb. Now, in between episodes, I did go back to Dalmasca and re-up 2 license boards. I changed up Bosch here. I made him into a monk, so he has like all of the battle lores and swiftnesses, and they're not called swiftnesses. Well, they all are they are called swiftnesses. Working on the gambits and all of that stuff. But yeah, so Bosch is going to be a monk, and I want to say an Ulan. I know that I said I wasn't going to be doing Ulan, but they should kind of pair together properly if I look at Ulan. Yeah, so he'll be a monk with some magic lores, as well as heavy armor and the like. So that should, in theory, work well. Honestly, I don't know if I'll be using the Zodiac Spear, but I will have the opportunity to, should I desire. But again, I don't know if I will. The other board that I changed up was Ashe here. I actually took her off Knight, and I made her into a red battle mage. I am also thinking of, for her secondary class, turning her either into a time mage, which, as you can see, like, things should help with that. Like, should transfer over, I should say. She'll also get like various other magics that could assist with this role. Although, looking at this, she's not really going to get much other than like some battle lores that she wouldn't normally get on her regular board. Although she will also gain access to heavy armor. But if I don't do battle mage, or yeah, time battle mage for her, I might do foe breaker. I'm still kind of thinking on that, but we will come to that when we come to it. But other than that, everyone else is staying the same. So let's go ahead and actually get going into an area that we have yet to be to. Oh, before I do, let's go ahead and turn his gambits back on. Have I been in here already? Why did the thing not pop up for the area? Apparently, just needed to go further.
So, where exactly is Wraithwall's tomb?
Far to the west. We must first cross the Yogir Yensa, and beyond that, the Nam Yensa, before we reach the tomb. An expanse of desert larger still than all of Dalmasca. We must pace ourselves. If you grow tired, we stop and take rest.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm tougher than I look.
You are at that.
Alright, so in here, we are going to be facing a few interesting enemies, and this place is massive. We are not going to be exploring all of it as of right now. We are going to take, honestly, one of the more direct routes. These guys right here, we will have the opportunity to chain from them a little bit later in the episode. But those succulent fruits that you can steal from them, and are also, I believe, their common drop, are something that sell for a relatively good amount of gil. And we have 2 map urns right here, so let's go ahead and collect these. The map urn for the Nam Yensa. And then this should be for the one that we are currently in. You have the Ogre Yensa. Now if I pull this up, here, I'll pull it up like this. Yeah, this place is a bit extensive. But we are going to be essentially cutting through here, cutting over to this one, and then going to that exit right there. There is going to be an accessory en route that I want to make sure I grab. I'm relatively sure it's a guaranteed chest. But if it's not, I can always zone and make sure I grab it. But let's see, in this chest right here, we have 186 gil. We have another one of these tomato dudes. Very well. Oh, and I suppose I probably show gambits. On Ashe, I have her charge, cura, raise, and blinda, as well as arrow for those that take regular damage from wind, aqua for water, and dark for dark. Bosch is still wearing the whatchamacallit, the berserk bracer, so his stuff doesn't really matter. But he is more or less my status healer. So, yeah. There's that. And I do still have Bosch and Vaughn set up to steal. So they will be doing that. I'll be getting a nice little supply of the succulent fruits. So, yeah. Whenever you come to these little platforms, I recommend making a full circle around, just because they do hide treasures all over them.
A construct to draw oil from the ground. Abandoned many years now, it seems.
Did Dalmaskins build this?
No, the Rosarians. Their empire lies far to the west, ever at war with Arcadia. Heedless of the kingdoms caught in their midst. Dalmasca, Nabrodia, Landis.
'Tis the small craft's fate to watch the list of the galleons and pray for light winds.
Vosla, why are you here?
Imagine my surprise when upon my return to Bogerba, I find both you and the Lady Ashe have vanished. I thought you above consorting with sky pirates.
Balthier is a man worthy of our trust, and it was the Lady Ashe's decision. I am content to lend my arm, as I could not when Rasla died, when her throne was taken. Never again. I will defend her this time.
You walked the Knight's path. The Lady Ashe?
We should leave this place.
Let me guess. Sandstorm?
Something far worse.
I see. So the Dawn Shard does lie in King Wraithwall's tomb. The Marquis sympathizes with your plight, yet the Empire perches as a carrion bird on his shoulder. He can keep whispers of your abduction silent for only so long.
Yes. Tell me, Vossler, what have you accomplished?
We leave at once. This is Urutan Yensa territory, and they are unfond of visitors. Looks like we've attracted the wrong sort of attention. Let's quit this place while we still can. Move!
Vossler! Have you found the means to restore Dalmasca?
First, we must claim the Dawn Shard. It all begins with that.
Alright, so Vossler has rejoined our party. And he is now level 38. So that is a thing. That is the way that we're supposed to go. Let's go ahead and check out over here right quick. Hey, Balthier leveled up. Nice. Got nothing down there. We're going to move on around. And now we are going to be fighting these little sand people. I don't know what they're called, but every time I see them, I think of Star Wars and Tatooine, so they are sand people to me. Alright, but we have a treasure chest over here, containing 229 gil. And if we make our way over here, there's another chest over there. With a Chronos tier. Ooh, and that was a rejuvenation trap. Very, very nice. Alright, and before we head up there, which I believe is the platform with one of the accessories I want, we have a vial of eye drops. And more of the tomato dudes. And a chest here containing a remedy. Very nice. I forget if you're able to buy remedies. I think you are. But I think it is much later in the game. But we will come across that when we come across it. Either way, I know that I won't be hurting too much for remedies. We have a chest right here containing a windbreaker. Alright, take out the tomato. And head on up here. And this chest right here should contain the accessory, which indeed it does, the gold amulet. So let's go ahead and come to Balthier here. And this is not the one I thought it was, but it will still help him out. Let's go ahead and put this onto Balthier. This one doubles all license points earned. So now if we gain one, he will gain two. So that is a easy way to help our party max out on LP. Actually, you know what? I don't even need that one on someone in the party. So let's go ahead and put the battle harness back on him. And let's put Pinello with the gold amulet. So now she's going to be gaining double LP. And now out on here, go ahead and take care of these guys. And this right here is the exit that I want to take. I'm going to go ahead and go down this exit first. Just because there is a merchant down here. And I forget what he sells, but we should be coming up to like some level 2 spells here pretty quickly. A gold needle right there. I believe there is a rare monster that can spawn out here. Is that it? No, that's just a wyvern. Okay. I forget what the rare monster is and how to make it spawn, but there is something out here. Got a treasure chest right here with a gold needle. And Vossler does have something that he can do when enemies are flying. It is called telekinesis. Essentially, he does a melee attack from range. Don't ask me how that works, but he does. So he is very helpful when it comes to flying enemies. But yeah, essentially he is at this point just an experience drain, which is obnoxious, but it is what it is. I could kill him if I want, but then I'd have to turn off my reviving gambits and all that, and I don't really feel like dealing with that at present. Okay. Ooh, we got 2 treasure chests. That one containing a potion. That one containing eye drops. And we got another chest over here containing a high potion. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and head through here and make our way around and out the other side. And I forget exactly how you get it to come out, but there is a rare fish that can spawn over there. I forget what exactly you need to do, but it is a thing. But if we come over here, this right here is the merchant I was looking for. His name is Dice. He is a traveling merchant. So we will see him at various stages throughout the game. But he does not have anything that I want right now. Very well. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back on through here. I'll go ahead and do 4 times speed just to pick up the pace a bit. We are going to go through this exit. And then right over here. We have another one of the oil pumps right here. I don't remember if there's another treasure chest up top. Doesn't look like there is. At least right now. I don't remember if one normally spawns up there. But I know that if it does, it is not one of the guaranteed spawns. Well, we've got 2 treasures right here. This is another area where the rare fish can spawn. I'll honestly probably end up doing a rare game episode at some point, so I'll put in that fish at that point. All right. So, we got one of the sand people talking to a Moogle. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. And he runs away. Well, we could talk to the Moogle. Did you see that Uraton Yinsa just now, Kupo? They're usually a violent lot, but this one wanted help. Interested? Yeah, tell me more. The Uraton Yinsa are all in a panic about a creature in the Nam Yansi. Or the Nam Yensa Sansi. Their blood enemy, it seems. One of them was asking for help, and Uraton Yansi asking for help? Whatever it is, it's gotta be bad, Kupo. You look pretty strong, maybe you could have a swing at the thing. It's supposed to be something like a giant tortoise. He said he'd found some treasures of the Sansi too. Why, you might be able to claim that as a reward if you're successful. So yeah, this is a little side quest. If we do it, it will help us with a mini boss before we get into the tomb. So might be worth checking it out, especially if you are of the level that you're supposed to be and haven't done any grinding. By the way, this is where I was talking about that we could do a bit of farming on those rogue tomatoes. So now that we've gotten those guys killed, if we just flee back 2 screens without touching that save crystal, and then back over to where they were. You can see that they have respawned. And we can do that over and over again until we get as many of the succulent fruit as we would like. How many do I have right now? I have 35. I'm going to go ahead and do that for a minute, get up to 99. I'll be back when I'm done. Alright, so I have 99 now, so let's go ahead and actually continue on. Got a treasure chest right here containing an ether. And then the sand people. And we will be encountering a giant turtle in the next area. Shouldn't be too hard. He is going to be surrounded by a couple of these guys. Hey, we got a teleport stone. Nice. I believe that's their rare drop, so to get it at such a low chain, very nice. Yeah, he will be surrounded by a couple of the sand people. They will not attack you as long as the turtle is alive. So do with that information what you will. I'm not going to specifically target one or the other, but you can target the sand people instead of the turtle, and then fight the turtle solo, or you could help them win and then they'll turn on you and attack you. Either way, it is up to you. But there is the turtle right there. Hey, we got a turtle shell. Nice. And the Uraton Eater has fallen. Very nice, very nice. We also got a turtle shell right there. that is not the shield. I thought it was. Oh yeah, I also got a Sword of the Kings. Kind of by accident. I was going through trial mode, trying to get some LP, and I finally stole a Sword of the King as well as an ice shield. So that's very nice. But now that we have defeated the turtle, let's go ahead and return to the Moogle. And now that we are back here, talk to the Moogle. You killed the wild scourge of the Sand Sea. Amazing. By the way, that Uraton Yensi from before, he went by, or he just went by. Maybe he was going to look for that treasure for you. Unusually kind of him. He was headed for the Aragi Yinsa. So yeah, he was headed up this way, so let's go ahead and see if we can find him. We got a respawn of the treasure here for 58 gil. And then go ahead and head on up here, and we have a little event scene. Were you off looking for a reward, Kupo? Did you find the treasure of the Sand Sea? Just where is he going? Alright, so I guess we're going back this way. Figure out what's going on with all that. A gathering of the Uraton Yinsa. A truly rare occurrence, Kupo. Kupo? Wait, what's happening, Kupo? Wait, no, they're going to execute him. You forgot to say Kupo. Don't do this! The creature would still be at large if it weren't for his plea for help, Kupo! You shame us by seeking aid outside the tribe. Uraton Yansi, our lords and master of the Great Sea, we seek the aid of none. Your words are the howling of the sand to my ears. I condemn you to dust. What have you done, Kupo? You bring him back. Those who sully your name will be punished, be they foemen or kin. They must pay the honor price. There can be no forgiveness. I would destroy you too, but I am merciful. Better you live to tell the world that the Uraton are not to be taken lightly. Now leave. I feel like she told the Kupo to leave, and then they're leaving. So, mixed message there, but alright. And let's go ahead and talk to the Kupo again. To the Moogle again. That rogue Uraton, he wouldn't have been happy back with his clan, I'm sure of it, Kupo. That flower, it's rare to see one blooming in the Sand Sea, Kupo. Maybe the treasure that he found was this? Alright, so yeah, for doing that little side quest, we get this flower right here. A bunch of berries hang from the flower. Pick the berries. Yeah, we're going to pick them. We got a bunch of Exer berries. It's rare to see flowers, yada yada yada. These are particularly dangerous to avians, known as Garuda. That's said to be quite unfond of this flower scent, Kupo. A treasure indeed. Yeah, so there's going to be a little sub-boss, a Garuda, that we can use those berries on, if we so choose to. Why am I still fighting you guys? You guys mean nothing to me. Yeah, and you only give 64 experience. You're useless. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make it back to where the turtle was, and I'll see you there. Alright, so here we are back where the turtle was. And our sand people are back again. Here, let me pull this up. If I remember correctly, this area right here, like, if I were to head up here and make my way across, there is an enemy, I believe it's called a pineapple, that is a rare chance of spawning. I think it's like a 5% chance. Let's go see if we get lucky. Because, I mean, rare game is rare game. Let's go ahead and head on around. Got a treasure right here for 40 gil. And if he is going to spawn, he would normally be around here. It doesn't look like he has spawned. So let's go ahead and double check down here, just to be safe. Hey, we got another teleport stone. Very nice. Yeah, it doesn't look like he has spawned. So I'm going to go ahead and zone this area a couple of times, just to see if I can get him to appear. I will be back momentarily, one way or the other. You know what? I did not even need to rezone the area. He has appeared right in front of us. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off Ashe's gambits as well as Vossler. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get Fran in here. And yeah, get her stealing as well. And let's see if we can get the rare steal from this guy. I forget what it is, but he is rare game. Oh, it's the Mega Bomb. So let's go ahead and speed things up. Let's do 2 times speed just because I don't want to miss it like I have in the past. Alright, so his rare steal is the Mega Bomb. Or not the Mega Bomb, the Bomb Fragment. I forget what we use that for, but I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, let's go ahead and get what's-her-face out of here. Fran, get Ashe back in and turn Gambits back on. And now take care of this guy. It is going to break our chain, unfortunately, but that is what it is. Very well. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and head back on up through this way, just so that we can explore that previous area a little bit more. And I got a treasure right here containing another ether. I feel like I go back and forth between ether and ether all the time. I don't know what it actually should be. I feel like both work, but one is probably more correct than the other. Oh, we got some more fish right there. Yeah, so moving along this way, we got another treasure, containing another ether. Let's go ahead and head on through here. We got another chest, containing a potion that time. And I will cross that bridge momentarily, but before I do, let me go ahead and show you where this exit leads to. Got a tuft of Phoenix down. Got another chest over here containing another tuft of Phoenix down. Got another chest. Let me guess, more Phoenix down? Nope, 67 gil. There a chest over here? Yes, there is. Containing a potion. Then up here is our exit. And this brings us right back to Dine. I'll go ahead and purchase some of those and heal up and make my way back into this area. See if there's any more treasures. I'll 4 times it on my way down. Tuft of Phoenix down, of course. 26 gil. Feel like this is where, or the one that we just went to. Treasure right here. Another Tuft of Phoenix down. 132 gil. And then a treasure right here containing a Cura mode. Very nice. Well, let's go ahead and head on over here. And I could, in theory, take off the steel, but we are going to be encountering new enemies, so thus new steels. Large feathers, very well. Then even outside of that, this is that bridge. Well, this isn't the bridge, but that's the bridge I said I would cross earlier. We got a Pisces gem. And big old fish. He's down. 278 gil right there. Got another Pisces gem. And a Yinsa fin. Forget what those are for, but I believe I need those for a bizarre item, so that's nice. I believe it's also a monograph drop, so yeah, make sure you have the monographs by this point. We have more of the owls. And even more of the owls. Alright. And that is the way that we want to go. So I'm going to go ahead and check up here. We have some cockatrice type enemies. Got a firestone from that one. These ones are axe beaks. 103 gil. Gotta assume that some fish were gonna jump out right there, but they did not. Very well. And then this cave. You have absolutely no business going into this cave over here. However, if you're over leveled and you have the swords and stuff that I do, you can explore this area. but you can't go all that far. The Zertinian? Yeah, I'm going to say the Zertinian Cavern. But we have some frogs here. And some slimes. The slimes do divide once you've done enough damage to them, but we should be able to take them out before they're able to do that. And like I said, we can't get far in here because the map locks us off. But did just want to show this area. If you need some vials of green liquid at this point, good place to grab it. But let's go ahead and pick these guys up. I want to say that the cockatrices have a rare egg or a rainbow egg as a rare drop or a rare steal. So that would be nice to get. I would like more. The rare cockatrice in the Ester Sand, that it is his steal, so I do have a pretty easy supply of them. But since we're here, I would like to get at least one more. But it doesn't look like we're going to. 108 gil right there. Go ahead and take out the owl. And we got a charger up there, so let's take out this owl too. For a high potion. Not really worth it. I believe I'm maxed out on high potions at this point. Got a potion right there. And 137 gil right there. And we should be getting ambushed by fish on this bridge. Yes, we are. Got another scale. Yeah, so at this point, honestly, nothing is really going to cause us any sort of issue. What is your steal? A water stone, very nice. And a fish scale as a drop. Yeah, nothing is really going to give us any sort of trouble at this point. Very few things are even able to do adequate damage to us. That being said, in the next episode, it's going to be a long one. Even longer than my episodes or than my videos normally are. But we will be going to some places that, honestly, we have absolutely no right going to at this point. And I might die from a few times while we're there. But it will be worth it. Trust me. I have broken the story at this point. I've overpowered the story. In the next episode, I'm going to be overpowering the entire game except for a handful of super bosses. So that's going to be very fun and very long because there are going to be a lot of rare steals and rare drops that I need to grab. So it's going to take a minute. Let's go ahead and steal from the fish. And again, steal from the fish. Thanks for the water stones. Oh, yeah. This is where the grenade thing was. Well, I don't need to show this again. I'll just grab the treasure. 162 gil, potion. I know I said I don't need to show it, but I guess I'm showing it. Alright, now head on this way. As you can see, we got some traps over there. And let's go ahead and head down here. Because there's a couple treasure chests down here. One of them containing a spell that honestly we're not going to use. And that is going to be balance right there. Now let me go ahead. So balance. Area damage equal to difference in caster's current and max HP. So if the caster, which none of my people can cast it right now, but I believe Ashe will be able to at some point. But if the caster has a maximum of 9,999 HP and their current HP is 1, balance will deal an area of effect damage of 9,998. So it can be useful, it can be helpful, but we're never going to use it, to be perfectly honest with you. By the time balance will be doing that level of damage, we are going to have a multitude of... Hey, we got the rainbow egg. Nice. But we're going to have a multitude of ways to deal more than that. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue going. I'm glad I got that rainbow egg. I was starting to honestly get a little upset that it wasn't dropping. But moving on. Got some more axe beaks. And we are going to have a bit of a break in the path here. The area that we want to go is up the hill. The area I am going to go is through that little cave right there, so I can get another accessory that I really want to grab at this point. Be aware that there are a bunch of traps as soon as you exit here, so if you can avoid them, I recommend doing so. Hey, Balthier leveled up again. Nice. Alright, and the bit of equipment, the accessory that we want is going to be up here. It's going to be on that platform over there. So let's go. And it's going to be one of these 3 chests. That one right there, the embroidered tepet. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this onto Balthier, because this doubles the earned experience. So very nice. Also, if we look at Vaughn here, we'll see that he has 313 license points. Penella has 644. That is because of the golden amulet that she has equipped. Alright. Look, get the treasure. Get the treasure. Nice. Ooh, a bent staff. Very well. I could sell that for a different staff a little bit later. Alright, but since we're here, we might as well go to the end of the area, because there are some treasures. Like that potion. Very exciting, I know. Ashe is now level 35. Got another potion right there. Alright, so question. I know that I asked in, it was either the last episode or the episode before that, if you guys would watch me play Mario Kart World. That episode has not been released as of the time of me recording this. So let me ask another question while we're here. I do plan on recording or streaming all of the, not all, but Persona 3, 4, and 5. But 4 just recently got announced. The reboot, not reboot. Is it reboot? Whatever. The newer game, or the remake, is going to be getting released at some point in the future. I don't think that is actually any time close. I feel like that release, or like that announcement, was because it had very obviously been leaked that it was in production. So I think it might be a few years out. Was it Revival? Whatever it's called. Would you like me to do Persona 4 Golden, and then when that game comes out, do that game again? Or would you prefer I waited for the modern remake? I don't mind doing either. The only Persona game I've ever actually played is Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. So either way, it is going to be a new experience to me. Both Golden and the new one, as well as Persona 3 Reloaded, I believe it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Reloaded because it's a whole gun motif there, right? But yeah, so just let me know down below, which you would prefer, like hold off or do Golden. But anyway, we have Dice right here again, and I believe he has updated his stock. Yes, he has. So let's go ahead and see if he has anything of better quality for us right now. Okay, so 2 of these are going to be better. Let's go ahead and grab these. Same with the heavy coat. Let's see, 3 of these are going to work. And again here. This is going to work for Vaughn. I meant to equip that, but I did not. He already has chainmail on. We already have golden shields. Alright, we have some new accessories. I'm not going to worry about those. I will go ahead and max these out. He now sells high potions. And he also sells stop. Oh, I already have arrow. What am I doing? So I'm going to show you guys something real quick. And Vossler, you can go ahead and turn off your gambits. So, the Cherry Staff. It has 20 attack power, right? And 62 magic power. Versus the Flame Staff's 34 and 63. So, let me go ahead and set up some gambits real quick. And let's do Wind Vulnerable and Arrow. And this is going to be with the Flame Staff. I'm going to go ahead and find an enemy real quick. I have killed quite a lot of them, so I might need to go a little ways. Alright, so. Oh yeah, I am stealing. I'm going to turn off the steal. So we got Arrow. And that dealt 1,008 and then 1,100 for those guys. Now, if I were to equip the Cherry Staff and cast Arrow onto this guy, 1,517, 1,531. Got a rainbow egg as well. 3,329. That's unfair. I think these guys are actually weak to wind. 3,380. Now let's go ahead and go back to the Flame Staff. Is there no more of those guys? $1,106. Anyway, what I'm trying to show is the Cherry Staff powers up your wind spells. I'm not sure if the Flame Staff powers up your fire spells, although I feel like it makes sense that it should. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. So we did 504 right there. Versus 283. So yeah, it also powers up your flame spells. The fire staff, that is. So each staff has an elemental affinity, if you will, and we are about to come across something that is weak to wind. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the Cherry Staff on and take care of that. But first, we have a little bit of... We have another enemy that we need to encounter before we do that. So I'll go ahead and make my way back to Dine. See you momentarily. Alright, so we are back at Dine, so let's go ahead and continue on to the next area. And it gives us the option to save our game. So we might as well. Alright. So let's go ahead and move on up. We are going to encounter a little guardian of sorts. Alright, so we have Garuda right here. And we are able to steal a gold needle from him. Or her, I don't know. But these berries right here. Let's go ahead and throw these at Garuda. It dealt a pretty decent chunk of damage, but I feel like those two back there are doing more damage. Congratulations! We have defeated the Garuda! The ancient device stirs.
Long ago, the gods granted their favor to King Wraithwall, who would oversee the subjugation of a vast territory spanning from Mordalia to Valendia. Here he forged the Galtean alliance. Though he is called the Dynast King, upon establishing the alliance, he demonstrated compassion for his people and disdain for needless war. A philosophy passed on to his successors, one that would bring peace and prosperity for hundreds of years to follow. It was during this time of peace that the city-states of Arcadia and Rosaria, each members of Wraithwall's alliance, took root and flourished. Wraithwall left 3 relics signifying descent from the Dynast King. Of these, the Midlight Shard was given to what would become House Nabradia, and the Dusk Shard to my ancestors, the founders of Dalmasca. The last of these relics was the Dawn Shard. It remained hidden here, known only to those of royal blood.
As though the Dynast King foresaw the very plight before us now.
None save descendants of the king are suffered within. If we attempt to enter without proof of such lineage...
There's no guarantee we'll make it out alive. Vicious beasts, fiendish traps, something like that?
Mm-hmm. But you must consider the prize. The Dawn Shard lies within, and Wraithwall's treasure.
And there was I, thinking this was going to be hard.
Alright, so we are going after the Dawn Shard right now. A different kingdom had the Midnight Shard. So is that the Dusk Shard that Vaughn gave over to the Empire? I think it might have been. I don't think this guy has re-upped his equipment at this point. But I still gotta double check. He has not. Alright. So let's go ahead and head on in here. Go ahead and touch the save crystal. You know what? I am not sure I'm going to do this strategy correctly. So I want to go ahead and save. I don't think that this creature is going to be able to kill us. But there is a strategy that can be done in order to honestly kind of make it incredibly simple. So I want to give it a try. What was that thing? A contraption you'd find in all but the most rudimentary ancient ruins. One touch and off your whisk to you know not where. The finer points of the operation elude me, but they're handy all the same. What more need a sky pirate know? Oh, so he does call himself a sky pirate. Or he was referring to Vaughn as a wannabe sky pirate. But anyway, before we go down here, I'm going to go ahead and change up a few of our gamuts real quick. I'm going to leave steel off. And what I'm going to do is set this to, if I could find it, ally status reflect arrow. That should be good enough for what we are about to do. But I will also, just in case, make another one that is what it was before. Wind vulnerability arrow. Just in case I mess this up. And I'm actually going to go ahead and go in as Fran, because we are in fact going to be taking on that guy right now.
Fight or run? We better decide fast.
Alright, so do you remember the Reflectigum motes that we got while we were in the Leviathan? Let's go ahead and use one of those right now. Now, in theory, yeah, so with Fran doing that, she casts. I'm going to go ahead and turn off all of these, except for charge. With Fran doing that, she is casting arrow on the party, and that is in turn being reflected back onto the demon wall right here. But then she was cast into the void. Great. So I guess we are just attacking and hoping for the best at this point. Very good, very good. It is a bit unfortunate that Fran was cast into the void. I am going to have to get her back because we are about... That demon wall was optional. We are about to fight a mandatory demon wall. And there's really no way to get her back other than touching this. There we go. She is back. And she reflected arrow onto herself. That's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. She's going to cure herself. And she is about to cast Arrow again. So I'm going to go ahead and turn her Gambit off. And have her cure herself again. And now let's go ahead and... What was that? Oh, that was for this right here. We can't interact with that just yet. Let's go ahead and move on into the next area.
The wall comes. We must be quick. Together we can bring it down.
Alright, so this one is easier than the last one. Outside of that, if you look at the little bar on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see its progression. And we can kind of affect that by interacting with these. Read the inscription. These words have been left by the Tomb Watchers. Wake it with flames. Follows it their shadow. Near straying. So let's go ahead and activate this. So with that off, the demon wall halts its approach for a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn Fran's Gambits back on. And with Vaughn, let's go ahead and toss another Reflect Mote. And Fran, let's go ahead and turn your healing off. And there we go. And we destroyed the other demon wall. Very well, very well. Alright, now let's go ahead and turn off the Reflect Status 1. Turn this stuff back on. And she's at 3 MP, so she's going to charge. That brings her up to 37. That is kind of obnoxious. But it's alright. So now at this point, we can make our way back this way. And we can now interact with this gem right here. Touch it. And do I get a thing for how long Reflect will last? No. that's fine. It shouldn't last too much longer. So let's go ahead and head on down here. This used to be where you can get the Demon's Blade or Demon's Bane sword. That is no longer here in the Zodiac Age, unfortunately. But we can get either a Scathe Mote or a Holy Mote instead. And unfortunately, I don't think the chest respawns. I will double check that though while we're down here. And yeah, so let's go ahead and make our way down. Remember the enemy I thought might have been a rare monster? Looks like it might be in front of us right here. They drop windstones and bat wings. Fran is still trying to heal. I think she's actually trying to heal herself, which I think technically should get reflected off of her and then back onto her. So it's a little obnoxious that it's not working, but she seems to have figured herself out, so that's all good. Oh, yeah, I forgot that she has steel on. We're going to turn that off. There we go. And we are going to take care of these guys as they fall. Ooh, we got a broad axe. And we got a Scathe Mote. Very well. And then honestly, it is going to be the same thing up the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and see if that chest respawns. I will be back momentarily. Alright, so I rezoned that area like 10 times. And it did not respawn. So it looks like it is not a respawnable chest, unfortunately. But that's alright. I should be able to get Scathe and Holy Motes later on in the game. That should not be an issue. So let's go ahead and continue on with the tomb. The tomb itself is relatively straightforward. Like, I hesitate to call it linear, but it more or less is. And I'll be able to show you what I mean in this upcoming area.
Incredible. It wounds me to look on as they pillage so solemn a place.
Yet without help, you and I are as nothing. Is this not so? He thinks ever and always on his own profit. Assure him of it and he shall remain true to our cause.
I do not share your majesty's trust.
We will continue this later. Now we should concern ourselves with finding the Dawn Shard. It sleeps in waiting, somewhere deep within.
How can you be certain?
I can hear its call.
Indubitably. Alright, So, let's go ahead and head down here and grab the map urn. And then I'll show you what I mean by it's linear, but it's not linear. So, that is where we are right there in the middle. If we were to go down either side, we'll get into a chamber that looks like this on either side. There are two paths that we can go either way once we get in. But like here, let me go ahead and do this. Like what we see on the map right here is the exact mirror image of what we see on the map right here. So it's not exactly linear, but it might as well be. We are going to go ahead and head on down here and take care of some things. Hey, a Tauros gym, nice. I'm sorry, did we just steal a blood sword? We did. So, at this point, let me go ahead and point out that the blood sword in the Zodiac Age is different from the blood sword in the original game. Or in the international Japanese only version, whatever you want to call it. This does 38 attack power, and it on hit has a chance to do sap when it hits. In the previous game, the Kakarta was actually called the Blood Sword. So, yeah, I think that there was a Blood Sword Alpha and a Blood Sword Beta. And the Kakarta was the Alpha. So when they remade the game, instead of having two blood swords, they changed this to the Kakarta, and then just made this the blood sword. So, yeah. But I was unaware that we could actually steal that thing from a seeker. Like, I know that there is one in the tomb, like in a chest later on, but wasn't expecting to be able to steal one. So that threw me off. But so if we come on down here, we have a chest with the Vanish spell. A spell that turns you invisible until you do an action. Then you are no longer invisible. It is what it is. And then if we come upstairs, there could also be a chest up here, but that hasn't spawned. So knowing that, I'm going to go ahead and go into the bottom entrance, and I'm going to come out the top entrance. Alright, now that we are in here, we have a chest over on this side, containing a hastig emote, as well as some traps. You know what? Vaughn, can you Libra? You cannot. Can you learn Libra? Negative. Alright, what about Balthier? Balthier has Libra. So Balthier, go ahead and Libra yourself, my dude. That way we could see traps and weaknesses and all of that good jazz. Yeah, so these guys are weak to wind. They are not going to have a good time against Fran. And we got an Earthstone from them, and he's dead. Ooh, nice, a solid stone. I believe we're going to need that for a bizarre item coming up. So that's good to grab. Let's go ahead and continue on down here. We have some more of the whatchamacallits, the brain work of the cockatrice enemies, only these are called lesser chimeras. They apparently drop firestones. 70 gil. And we got some undead. We can steal darkstones from. They drop darkstones and pebbles and bone fragments and the like. Moving on. We have the Southfall pedestal. Once we press this area, or this thing is going to drop halfway, and some, I believe, skeletons are going to spawn, so let's go ahead and interact. Oh, not skeletons, liches are going to spawn. Okay. Nothing too crazy. And we could touch this to go back to the entrance. But like I said, I want to see what is in, or if a treasure chest does come out of the top path. So if we continue on this way, we will eventually make our way out to the top path. And we should also pass an area with 3 treasure chests. Hey, more skeletons. Yep, here's the area with 3 treasure chests. We got a potion, 56 gil, 48 gil. Hey, gold needle that time, and a handkerchief. And we got another one of these guys. Can I get another solid stone from you? I can. Very nice. And that time we only got a pebble. How unfortunate. Alright, so Balthier has leveled up. So I'm going to go ahead and put the embroidered tepet onto Fran. So let's go ahead and put the battle harness onto him. And she does not have the license for that, so let me go ahead and grab that. Really? It's the one up here that I missed. Very well. There we go. And now she is going to be getting double experience and catching up. Got a chest right here with 12 gil. Some more chimeras. Another one of these things. And another treasure chest containing 78 gil. I'm sorry. That was called a lost soul. Oh, apparently just a regular war, or just a regular enemy in the area. I thought it might have been a rare creature. There is a rare monster that can spawn down here. I believe you need to be down here with your game clock at a certain like minute count. I forget exactly how to spawn him, but I'll figure that out at some point and come back. Let's go ahead and exit on out here. And is there a chest? There is not. Okay. So that is going to be essentially the exact same thing of what we do on the other side. I will be back when I am grabbing the treasure chest on the outside of that area. And then when I'm at the center of the area. Because really, like you saw that side, you've already seen this side. So I'll be back momentarily. Actually, no, before I go, I'm already over on this side. So let's go ahead and Libra. See, we've got a treasure chest. This one containing 437 gil. Then is there another chest up here? Yes, there is. This one containing Dispel. So, like, enemy has Protect or something like that on them. Dispel will get rid of that. But anyway, I will go ahead and meet you guys in the center of the area. I'm going to do a full lap around here, get the treasures and all of that, and I'll meet you there. Alright, so here we are at the center. Let's go ahead and interact with the pedestal. That's going to drop that down all the way. And we got some more zombies. Just die. Thank you. Alright, so now we want to go ahead and head over here off of our overhead map. And this is going to bring us to a little secret chamber with a door right here.
Fog? Underground?
Not fog. Mist.
You can see the mist with your eyes?
Where it is thick enough, you may. The nether runs deep in this place.
So, is the mist dangerous?
Yes, but it is also an aid. A dense mist allows the working of powerful magics.
I'll keep that in mind. Can't count on Vaughn to keep track of these things. That's for sure.
Alright. So, in this area, there isn't anything, or at least there shouldn't be anything up here on the top floor. Let me just go ahead and make a quick round to confirm. Yeah, there's nothing up here on the top. So if we go ahead and head down one level though, you'll see that we have a treasure chest over here. This one containing an exciting Tuft of Phoenix down. Then if we make our way across over here, you can see that guy right there, who, if you watch my trial mode video, you'll already know who that is. But we're not going to interact with him just yet. Instead, we want to come over here for the guaranteed blood sword that is down here. Like I said, I knew that there was a guaranteed one. I just didn't quite realize that there was going to be a stealable. Let's go ahead and cure up our party real quick. Not that I think Belias is actually going to be that big of an issue. But better to be safe than sorry. There we go. Now just Balthier. And one more should be enough for Balthier. And that's close enough. And then Fran, go ahead and put some health on yourself. And I am not worrying about Fossilier right now. Let's go ahead and make our way forward. Alright, so here we have Belias. Alright, we stole an Ares gem from him. I believe at this point you can steal a high Arcana from him. But unfortunately we were unable to get that right now. But now let's just go ahead and kind of work him down. Yeah, this Roger right here. If he were to get oil on us beforehand, could be kind of devastating, but for right now, honestly, I doubt this is going to do much to us. Yeah, 500 damage. Not much at all. And one more attack from Vaughn should do it. There we go. We attain an Esper, Belias the Gigas.
In vain glory they arose, shouting challenges at the gods, but prevail they did not. Their doom it was to walk the mist until time's end. A legend of the Nemo.
My family tells a story of the Dynast king and an Esper. The story goes that in his youth, the Dynast king defeated a mighty Gigas, for which the gods took heed of him. Thereafter, it was ever bound to him in thraldom.
So, all this time it's been here guarding the Dynast king's treasure?
Not so. The Esper is the Dynast king's treasure.
That's your treasure?
In this Esper we now command rests a power whose worth is beyond any measure.
Is that so? Call me old-fashioned, but I was hoping for a treasure whose worth we could measure.
Alright, so we now have Belias that we could use. Only one character could use an Esper, so just be aware of that. Be kind of diligent as to who you give it to. We have also unlocked the second license boards. But what I mean by be diligent, like Belias right here for Vaughn is going to unlock Potion Lore 1. If we come over here to Balthier, though, Belias doesn't unlock anything. Same with Fran on the Black Mage. Same with the Monk. I believe, yeah, same with the Red Battle Mage. Same with the White Mage. So yeah. for right now, until we do our second licenses, I would hold off on doing the espers. Second licenses being said, I do have that unlocked, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to do that off screen. I'll come back and tell you what I decided for everyone, at least for right now. Alright, so I am back, and let's go ahead and go through this real quick. So for Vaughn, I started out as the Knight, and I also went Shakiri with him. So Knight and Samurai. So that is what I'm doing right now. By the way, I don't know if I went over this already, but for the quickenings on the Shakiri, or I guess not. Did I mean to go Bushi? No, I meant to go Shakiri. So this is the ninja or the hunter, not the samurai. But like for the Shakiri, this particular quickening right here, don't grab it, because the ninja swords 1 aren't necessarily all that good. And if you grab this one, you're going to lock yourself out of like either the Iga blade or the Koga blade or something I could have unlocked but I didn't. The Dark Blade or the Mesa. You definitely don't want to lock yourself out of this one. And the other two, I would not recommend locking yourself out of either. So do not get the 50 LP quickening on this board. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. But anyway, moving on. For Balthier, he started out as a Shakiri, and we went Bushi on him. So he is now a samurai ninja. Very nice. And something I want to point out here, like I have not grabbed this quickening right here, but I have access to this 390 HP from the other board, so it's on here, giving me access to this battle lore. And same down here, I have not grabbed this Fires of War, but I had access to this 350 HP, so I was able to grab this battle lore. I am not going to need an Esper to unlock Brawler. Now, is he ever going to be fighting barehanded? Probably not. But I don't need to unlock it with an Esper. And same with this one shield block. So just something to be aware of. I am going to need an Esper if I want him to have the Kakarta or the Blood Sword, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it. Next up, Fran started as a black mage, got all the way through all this stuff, and I decided for her, let's go back to her roots and make her an archer. Hey look, I don't need an Esper to get to all these magic lores. I will need one to get to 1,000 Needles and Infuse, assuming I am unable to get to 1,000 Needles or Infuse on this board. Which it looks like I might be unable to, but that is neither here nor there. I don't know if I want her to have Infuse. I also don't know if I want her to have 1,000 Needles. These two right here, I will need an Esper, assuming that I don't grab them right here. But moving on, Bosch I had as a monk, and hey, look at that. I decided to go Ulan with him. A, for some extra quickenings and battle lores and all of that stuff. But B, for like the potion lores and the remedy lores. And he actually also is good with the spears. I don't know if I'm ever actually going to have him using spears, but he can if I want him to. Then Ashe, I ended up going with the Time Battle Mage. Just because I had already decided that I was going to go Foe Breaker with Penelo. Now, I did that, and honestly, I'm kind of already not sure I made the right choice, purely because of like how physical Foe Breaker is. But we will see what happens down the line. I might end up switching Foe Breaker from Penelo to Ashe, and then Time Battle Mage from Ashe to Penelo. And I have decided that once I get the LP, I will be giving Von Belias for this Potion Lore 1, because the only other person that it unlocks anything for is Penelo right here for Horology, and I don't care about using Horology. So, yeah. That being said, we have some treasure chests down here. This one right here contains an elixir. And then over here, we have Shades of Black. So Shades of Black, it casts a random black magic spell. Could be good to use on a character that doesn't normally have an ability to attack a flying creature. But other than that, I don't use it all that much. Especially ones that get telekinesis. I thought we were going to have a cutscene. Let's go ahead and move on forward. And we should be triggering a cutscene down here. Or up here. There we go, it's up here.
What's wrong?
Your Majesty, we must go.
What? Wrestler. You will be avenged.
And you have attained the Dawn Shard. Now, something about the Dawn Shard. It increases our magic resistance by 20, but also reduces our MP to 0. So much like... Is it manufactured at the site? I just realized something. I had 3 of the Queen's Magicite. When we handed over the Dusk Shard, we handed over all 3 of them. That is slightly annoying. Anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like the Queen's Magicite. Yeah. I'm not going to equip it right meow. But let's go ahead and use the Waystone. Go to the beginning of the Waystone. The inscription, by the way, this will take you to the entrance, but those who want to come back, do so at your own peril and under your own power. Alright, so that is going to lead us back to the entrance. Before we do this, I'm going to confirm one last time that Scathe Moat chest hasn't respawned. Give me 1 second. Alright, so no, it didn't respawn, so let's go ahead and head on outside. And we're about to have a storyline thing, so I brought Fran in. And you know what? Let's also bring Bosch in, because it just makes sense for the story. Let's go ahead and heal on up. And move on.
Such a tremendous honor to again be graced with your presence, Majesty. You left us with such great dispatch upon our last encounter that I must confess I had begun to worry that we may have given your Majesty some cause for offense.
Such a heartfelt display of remorse. Now what is it you want?
I want you to give me the Nethicite.
The Nethicite?
That is a base imitation. We seek Wraithwall's legacy, the ancient relics of the Dynast king. Day-affected Nethicite. Did you not tell them, Captain Azalus?
Majesty, he speaks of the Dawn Shard. That is the Nethicite.
Are you mad, Vossler?
If we are to save Dalmasca, we must accept the truth. I will fight this profitless battle no more.
Captain Azalus has struck a wise bargain. In return for the Dawn Shard, the Empire will permit Lady Ashe to reclaim her throne, and the Kingdom of Dalmasca will be restored. Think on it. An entire kingdom for a stone. You must admit, 'tis more than a fair exchange.
And when all is said and done, your master will have another pet.
Lady Ashe, let us take him for the people of Dalmasca. Your Majesty wallows in indecision on peril of their heads. And his shall be the first to fall.
Well, at least your sword is to the point.
To think the relics of the Dynast king were day-affected Nethicite, Dr. Sid will be beside himself.
What did you say?
Captain Azalus, take them to Shiva. They should have leave to return to Rabanasta soon. I want you to assess its power.
Did our orders not specify that we return the stone for testing?
I will not chance returning with a stone that is yet unproven.
When we return to Dalmasca, we can announce that you are alive and well. I will then continue our negotiations with the Empire. I believe Lars is the key. He'll listen to us. We should trust him.
Who are you, Vossler, to talk of trust?
A son of Dalmasca.
Our equipment here is limited, so we'll be using the ship's drive to make our assessment. Once we've connected the stone, the reaction should be easily measured.
Methods do not interest me, only results.
Fran? Such heat! The mist, it's burning!
6,800, 6,900, 7,000! This must be de-facted nethicite! The count still climbs!
Ah, we found it at last. True day-affected nethicite. The power of the Dynast king in my hands. Blood alone does not an emperor make, vain.
What is this? Something's wrong!
What is it? You stand!
Hold her down!
What's wrong with her?
I always knew Fran didn't take well to being tied up. I just never knew how much. How about you?
I like Fran's idea. Let's get out of here.
No farther! Sky Pirates, the future of Dalmasca will not be stolen. Why do this, Bash? This struggle is futile. You must know where it leads.
I do know. All too well.
Alright, so in this battle, Fran is in Berserk. So is Bosch, but that's purposeful. Fran is in a Berserk as if she has the same bit of equipment on that that Bosch does. But as you can see, he went down pretty easily.
Engine power falling rapidly. Each negative, impossible.
Engine room, this is the bridge. Report.
What are they doing down there?
Happened?
The nethicite's draining the ship's power!
Disengage it at once.
I want that
We're
number
trying
3
to tell
million
God.
seal. Let me in out.
Ashe reach critical in 300. Cascade failure.
Ashe, let's go.
All I have done, I've ever thought of Dalmasca first.
I know you do. I would ne'er gainsay your loyalty.
Look on what my haste has wrought. Did I act too quick? Or was your return too late? I can serve her no more. You must take up my charge.
This might get a little dicey.
The mist. It manifests now.
Is that what you call this?
The dreadnought Leviathan is sunk. The 8th Fleet of the Arcadian Imperial Army lost. As word of the events in the yacht sounded throughout the Empire, quit I Bujerba, citing sudden malady. My true motive, to bring the various counter-imperial forces scattered throughout Ivalice together in unified resistance. By this time, Lady Ashe had made her return to Rabanastre. She had not, however, made known her presence. Rather, she was content with keeping both her own whereabouts and those of the Don Shard concealed. Had she chosen then to go before her people, my error in announcing her suicide would be known, to the great detriment of my efforts to assemble a resistance. In such circumstance as the Lady Ashe then found herself, even were she to proclaim Dalmasca restored, it would serve only to invite the Empire's wrath. Though Arcadia had lost her 8th Fleet, she remained, as ever, a military power with which to be reckoned.
The Rosarian Empire assembles a vast host under guise of martial exercises. It is our belief they wait for the proper pretext, the sooner to make their strike against Arcadia.
The loss of Leviathan and her fleet at such a time comes as a most grievous blow. Were Rosaria to invade, the battle would be hard fought. Had Lord Vayne not deployed the fleet so capriciously, we would not now find ourselves in such perilous circumstance.
Lord Vayne shall be made to answer for his actions. It is the will of the Senate. Excellency, though he be your son, justice must be served.
A convenient thing, justice. And so I must now make a choice between my throne and my son.
A most lamentable situation for us all.
Oh? For Lord Vayne, perhaps. Yet surely Lord Larsa will make for a fine emperor.
Larsa so adores his brother, and he is yet young.
But he will not remain young forever. Already he busies himself unraveling Lord Vayne's tangled skein. Lord Larsa has found his role to play and pursues it with some enthusiasm.
Ah, yes. And who would set him at such tasks?
What matter? Lord Vayne himself once saw his elder brothers brought to like justice, did he not? At your Excellency's behest, as I recall.
You may put yourself at ease, Lord Gramis. So long as the Senate watches over her, Arcadia's well-being will ever be ensured.
By your will, I shall bid Vayne return to Arcades.
So, it was the Dawn Shard that brought down the Imperial fleet.
You know your stuff.
Destructive power of such force. I've seen it once before. Lady Ashe, you know of what I speak.
Nabudis.
The capital of Old Nebradia, Lord Rassler's fatherland. At the time of the invasion, a division of Imperials entered the city. There was a mighty explosion. Friend and foe died alike. Something was there. One of the Dynast King's relics. The Midlight Shard was in Nebradia.
More Nethicite. Well, no wonder they invaded.
That ridiculous war. The trap at the treaty signing. All this because Vayne wanted power. He must not be allowed to claim the Nethicite. The Empire must never hold it.
Oh, they already do. The Dusk Shard, most likely the Midlight Shard too. Besides, can't they manufacture Nethicite now?
Very well. Then the path set before us is clear. We'll use the Dawn Shard to fight them. Dalmasca does not forget kindness, nor ill deed done. With sword in hand, she aids her allies. Sword in hand, she lays to rest her foes. This Nethicite I hold must be my sword. I will avenge those who have died. And the Empire will know remorse.
You even know how to use it?
The Garif may know. The Garif people live by the old ways. Magicite lore is a part of their culture. They may hear it. The cry of the Nethicite's power. Whispers of the stone's menace.
Dangerous though it be, what we need now is power. Should we declare Dalmasca free without the means to defend our claim, the Empire would crush us. You must take me to meet with the Garif.
They live beyond Osman Plain.
Not exactly close.
Compensation, is that what you want?
Straight to the point, aren't we? I like that. Compensation. How about the ring?
This? Isn't there something else?
No one's forcing you. I'll give it back to you as soon as I find something more valuable.
What do you mean something more valuable?
Hard to say. I'll know when I find it. What is it you want, Vaughn? What are you looking for?
Me? What am I looking for? I guess... Well, you know...
The Garif are said to dwell in Kirwan.
So they do. We'll need to head south, past the Giza Plains.
It is the rains now in Giza. The wadis will be swollen with the deluge. Passage may be difficult.
But those same waters may also lay open new routes to us.
Regardless, we must go south, yes?
First things first. You're eager to be on your way, I know. But we should see that we're prepared before setting out.
I made my resolve 2 years ago. I swore to overcome any hardship I may face.
Man cannot live by resolve alone, Princess.
Alright, and one more thing, or I guess technically 2 more things before we end out this episode. First, do you have anything new for me? You do not. I didn't think you would because we haven't really done any hunts, but still wanted to check. Second, I think I am going to flip the Foe Breaker and the Time Battle Mage. Just because Ashe already has physical weapons, So giving her more physical weapons or more physical abilities is probably going to be better. But I will think on that tomorrow. But I want to talk to Mont Blanc here. Heard you defeated a demon wall. Impressive, Kupo. The Society of Antiquaries sends you this with their compliments. Presented in gratitude for the laying open of new avenues in research into the past. And we get 1,200 gil as well as a nugget of Electrum. Heard you defeated another demon wall. Impressive, Kupo. The Society sends you this with their compliments. Presented in gratitude for discoveries providing new insights into the times of King Wraithwall. This time we get 600 gil and a warp mote. So now that you command an Esper, you now command an Esper. Impressive, Kupo. Uruk sends you this with his compliments. An epic tale, embark I now to write, of you whose deeds give voice to silent muse. You get 2 arcane and 2 teleport stones. And that is it. I just wanted to do that on screen just to show what we're going to be getting. But yeah, other than that, everyone, this is going to be Famine52 signing out. And until next time, when we completely break this game and get a whole bunch of late game equipment, peace out.